We're on.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this edition of Crysalyst Life. I'm Katrina White.
And I'm Susan Lynne.
Awesome. So today's conversation, oh my goodness, is going to be interesting.
I think you're going to like this one.
We're talking about the importance of breathing.
Yes, she said it. The importance of breathing, as if it wasn't obvious.
Really. So important. We mostly breathe from here.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Shallow, anxious.
Yeah.
Not really taking in the breath. So we want to talk to you about the physical reasons for why stopping and taking some deep breaths from the diaphragm, even just 2 to 3 breaths, take you a second to do it.
Yeah, deep, slow breaths.
Right? Is so important, but also the spiritual connection and the clearing that happens with your chi.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many valuable things about breathing, and we so rarely talk about why breathing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the basic principle of yoga.
Oh yes, yeah, to train people
You
to
know?
breathe again. Not sure why. There's been a lot written about it, why humans don't breathe well. We don't breathe well. So as little babies, we'll breathe very deeply and expanding our bellies and our diaphragm muscle, and that's really low. It's at the bottom of your rib cage. That's how long your lungs are. They go right down to here. And so if you expanding your belly, just try it now. Let's do it 1 or 2 or 3 times deep. Let's do 3 times.
Expand my belly on camera.
We are.
We don't care.
Yeah, I've got this scarf.
We're all good. We'll cover up. It's all good.
Okay.
That's ego. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Ego showed up.
Welcome.
All right.
Welcome.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
so
with you.
breathing deeply and slowly. Okay, and that's more how a baby breathes.
Right.
And then us as adults, we have constricted because, hey, you drove to work. Or you took the subway to work.
I don't even remember breathing half the time.
No, I know.
We're on autopilot.
Of course we
right?
are, because it's an involuntary muscle.
That's right.
And thank goodness it is. So we want to talk about when we get nervous. So there's something that's making you nervous in your surroundings. Okay. What humans will tend to do is breathe very shallowly. What do you think that does to your ability to think creatively, to problem solve?
Well, you're doing a little shoot to your brain. You're not filling your brain
With oxygen. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Nor the rest of your body.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it. So as Katrina was mentioning, there is a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, and we'll throw neuroscience in there because it handles
Absolutely.
several of those all at the same time. There is a component to all of those things in breathing. So
Absolutely.
Did I phrase that okay? You want to
You
phrase
did.
that better?
But I would talk about, because I love when you're talking about the connection to the brain
Oh, yes.
and the different parts in the frontal lobe.
Oh, yeah.
Like just all the different connections, because it's important that you understand the science behind this.
Yes.
It's not just about filling your body with oxygen, which of course you already know.
Yeah.
You're intelligent people. But it actually directly affects parts of the brain.
Yeah.
Which can affect your cognitive reasoning. It can affect a lot of different things within your life. And also, it has a physiological issue if you're not deep breathing on parts of your body.
Yeah.
It's like when you go into the hospital and maybe you're in a merge, God forbid, but let's say you're in a merge, and the first thing that the nurses usually say to you is, calm down and breathe.
Right.
Well,
Because
there's a reason
it's
for
going to
that.
affect all your muscles and your brain.
Your organs and everything else. So talk about the different parts of the brain.
Right.
Because I think that's important that you understand that side of it.
Yeah. I'm not a scientist.
No,
However,
we're not
I've read
scientists.
articles.
Yeah.
Oh, we love science, however.
We've studied it for so many years.
Yeah,
so we
read all
get
kinds
this
of
stuff, and there's some great people out there who are, proficient in this. But anyway, we're going to share with you what we've learned.
Okay, so in the absence of expensive graphics, I'm going to point at my head. All right, so
Frontal. Go for it.
So if I'm perceiving, I'm afraid of anything. It could be anything. Something at work.
Yep.
Okay. That registers back here in what we call my reptilian brain. My base of my brain here is the most ancient part of our brain, and it really can do things for survival. That's it. It's for survival.
Right.
So it gets activated by these two glands that are back here that are called the amygdala, And this fear out here registers as you got to do something to be able to survive. So what are your three choices? If you are under threat by a saber-toothed tiger, let's say, what are your choices?
Fight, flight, or freeze.
Or freeze. Like the little bunny goes, maybe they won't see me. Maybe they won't see me. So at work that could look like, maybe if I don't say anything, this will just go away.
That's right.
Okay. So you've kicked into that. If you notice, then in that moment, oh, I'm not speaking right now, or maybe I've gone into fight. I'm really extra aggressive right now.
Locked your door, hiding under your desk.
Or flight could be. I'm in the meeting, but I'm saying nothing.
That's
or
right.
I've closed my door and I'm just pretending I'm not here. Or freeze is.
Yeah.
Maybe they just won't notice me if I don't say anything.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's to notice those things when they happen and know how your brain works. What's happening then is you're likely breathing very shallowly. The amygdala are starting to fire and sending information back to your reptilian brain to fight, flight, or freeze. You get a lot of adrenaline, your heart's pounding, your hands are clammy, your gut is churning.
You're just a mess.
Yeah. Speaking from experience, it happens to me all the time. It's just that now I recognize it.
Exactly.
It's like I'm not going to be not human on planet Earth. It's just that I know how to work with this.
That's
so,
right.
I get this.
It's not controlling you.
Yeah. Then I'm more conscious of it. I go, breathe.
That's right.
Because a lot of times you don't have control over what's going on in your surroundings. You do have control over breathing.
100%.
To remind yourself, notice these things, and then I breathe deeply and slowly. Could be in a meeting, somebody's getting mad, my heart's pounding.
That's right.
I'm like, don't notice me. And then I go, I'm not speaking and my heart's pounding. I know my amygdala have kicked in, and now I am not going to be creative. Okay? So there's the back of the brain, the midbrain, and the prefrontal cortex. Right. The amygdala fires the back of the brain going, and that's where you feel all the bodily things. So that's the physical, that's the mental, that's the emotional.
Right.
Okay? If I breathe deeply and slowly, and I go, I'm safe, it's not a saber-toothed tiger.
That's right.
What that does, it's like it brings the computer back online. This prefrontal cortex kicks back in, as if it's gone offline to do more important things like fight or flight or freeze. Breathing and saying I'm safe brings this computer back online. This part is the part that is creative, is problem solving, and also empathizes.
That's right.
And communicates with other people. So can negotiate and talk my way through collaborating through this instead of and all that can go on just from breathing.
Athletes have been trained in this for years now.
They're experts.
Especially the Olympians.
Yes.
Right? Because Olympic trained athletes, like high performance athletes, they don't have to be Olympians, but high performance athletes are trained to breathe. Yeah. And to fill and not be in the fight, flight, freeze zone.
Yes.
You know, that doesn't work when you're going really fast down a snow hill and you're about to go off a 100-foot jump.
It's not effective.
Not effective at all.
Yeah.
And everything in your day-to-day life can be affected if you're coming from a place
of fear.
Or you're coming from a place of reasoning.
Yes.
And communication.
You want to get yourself in the chill zone.
Yeah.
In what I call the chillax zone.
Love that term.
The chill zone. Like breathe. Breathe deeply and slowly.
And that's all it takes. Sorry, got to do this.
Oh, thank you.
To your beautiful butterflies.
She's fixing me. Thank you. Oh, I want to mention your beautiful Venice.
Yes, Venice.
With the canal there and everything. Beautiful.
A little bit of Europe with us
today. I love
today.
that shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's from Italy.
I've been to Venice. Have you?
No, I've been different parts of Italy, but not to Venice.
I recommend it. I love that.
We'll be going there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so today...
Where were we?
We were talking about the flight,
That's easy for you to say. Okay, let's try it.
Fight, flight, or freeze.
Reaction.
So the bottom line, breathe. Breathe deeply. When you're finding that you're getting anxious, it's because you're not probably breathing. You're breathing from here. You're not breathing from the diaphragm.
Yeah.
And so next time, and there's always going to be a next time.
Yeah, when you're anxious because something's going on in your surroundings.
It could be anything at all. Maybe your kid's screaming, or maybe your boss is ticking you off. Whatever. It doesn't have to be something terribly dramatic. It could be anything. Yeah. Just notice your breathing. And just for a second, stop yourself. And just take a moment and go... Wow.
Yeah, and I usually add...
It brings you back on.
I'm safe.
Yeah. And it brings you back in course.
Yeah.
And it only takes that second.
Yeah.
So try it. Please. Yeah. It'll make a massive difference in your life.
And why are we saying this? Because we want the best for you.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's an inside job.
It is. We're all about going within.
That's
Working
right.
with your inner world to have a wonderful life.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Crysalyst Life. We'll see you next time.
We love you. I think that's a wrap.
It is. Do your thing.
And scene.
Ciao, ciao. Until next time. Mwah. We love you.